Who would win in a fight between a Mosasaurus and Predator X? Well, watch to the end to find out, since this is going to be a very interesting video. Next up, we have Predator X, also known as the Pliosaurus funky. I don't know, I couldn't really find the proper pronunciation. I'm just going to call it the Pliosaurus funky. This beast roamed the oceans during the Jurassic and ate whatever it could get its jaws around. The Pliosaurus funky could grow around 33 to 43 feet long and weighed in around 30 tons. When it comes to weapons, Predator X had a massive skull that measured up to 6.5 to 8 feet long. It was filled with sharp teeth that were around 12 inches in length, which were used to bite through and rip chunks out of its opponent. As for bite force, it's estimated to be around 33,000 psi. Just for reference, that's around 33 times stronger than a tiger's bite. It also had large flippers, but it probably would be relatively ineffective in this fight. When it comes to defense, this creature had large muscles and thick scales, which could take a decent amount of damage from its opponent. Also, Predator X has a bit more stocky and robust build than the Mosasaurus, so it could likely take a bit more damage and would probably be more powerful. However, power isn't everything in a fight. As for speed, it's said that Predator X could swim around 11 miles per hour, and since it was more robust than its opponent, it would likely be less agile. When it comes to fighting experience, it hunted plesiosaurs in just about anything it could catch. And since it was the apex predator, it likely didn't have any competition other than members of its own species. So I would say it would have a decent amount of fighting knowledge. Alright, let's move on to the Mosasaurus hoffmanni. This beast lived during the late Cretaceous in the oceans and hunted and ate whatever it could find. It too was the apex predator of the ocean during that time. A typical Mosasaurus hoffmanni could grow around 55 feet long and weighs in around 26.5 tons. For the sake of this competition, let's say Predator X is 30 tons and the Mosasaurus is 27 tons. So, Predator X would be more robust and have a weight advantage. But the Mosasaurus was longer with a good tail that would help it swim faster. When it comes to attack, the Mosasaurus had a 5.5 foot long skull filled with sharp teeth that were used to grab onto and cut through its prey. As for bite force, it came to around 25,000 psi. Just for reference, that's around 25 times stronger than a tiger's bite. However, Predator X had a stronger bite and longer skull, making it easier to bite the Mosa. When it comes to defense, it likely had thick scales and large muscles, so it would have around the same defense as its opponent. But since it was built lankier, it would probably take less damage overall. As for speed, I couldn't find any concrete information on this, but its build would probably make it a lot faster and more agile. So it would have the speed and maneuverability advantage. When it comes to fighting experience, since it was the apex predator of its time and was basically only rivaled by members of its own species, I would say it would have around the same fighting knowledge as its opponent. Alright, we have our stats. So, who would win in a fight between a Mosasaurus and Predator X? Let's say this battle takes place in an open ocean. This would be a very close one, but I would say the Mosasaurus would win 58% of the time due to it being faster and more nimble, making it easier to move around Predator X and attack it with his very powerful bite. Predator X was built for power and was a relatively slow ambush creature, so in a head-on-head fight, its bulky body would be a disadvantage. However, Predator X is no pushover. So hey, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to check out any of my other content. Thank you and have a nice day.